For the second time this year, we have pulled into the Fonda Speedway for tonight's some high stakes action, as there's going to be $10,000 on the line. So tonight's going to be a big one, and a big reason why I've come here tonight. This was confirmed last week. There's going to be the STSS Modifieds here tonight, which are one of the bigger modified New York-based series, plus the 602 Crate Sportsman are going to be here tonight. The Crate Sportsmen have a $2,000 prize on the line, and as I just mentioned, the Modifieds have $10,000 on the line. This was originally supposed to be run during the July 4th weekend, but the weather's not been kind on the weekends to Fonda Speedway, and it's gotten rained out about 3 or 4 times in the last 5 or 6 weeks. And the July 4th weekend was one of them, so they rescheduled it to tonight on a Monday evening. But I wanted to come to this one specifically because a driver that I've been following, Max McLaughlin, some of you may know him as the son of former Busch Series driver Mike McLaughlin. He races in this series, but mostly races over in Western New York. Doesn't race over here very often, but he's racing tonight, as is Stuart Friesen and others. So it's an opportunity to be able to see him in action tonight, and I'm looking forward to that a lot. I'll give you some backstory on Max McLaughlin in just a minute. So I told this story before, I think it was at the end of the Stafford vlog. Back during the pandemic, Hattori Racing, who owns the Truck Series team, and they've run a couple Xfinity cars as well. Gonna be loud, but they ended up holding some special events for Feed NC, and Flat Out Racing Network were the ones that did the broadcasting for it. I had the privilege to commentate them. You had a bunch of different Hattori drivers, or former Hattori drivers, that took part, including Austin Hill, Derek Kraus, Ryan Truex, but Max McLaughlin was also one that ran in it, in a couple of them. I don't remember if he ran in all of them, but he ran in a couple of them. And I think it was after the 3rd broadcast we did for them. He and Austin Hill and Derek Kraus, they hung out with us in the Discord that we were using at the time. And just chatted with us for about an hour. Really appreciated that they did that. So obviously I've been a big Austin Hill fan, Derek Kraus fan ever since then. Been following them in the Truck Series now for Kraus, the Xfinity Series for Austin Hill. Obviously going to be rooting for them at Pocono this coming weekend. But also been a fan of Max McLaughlin. But like I said, he's not made his way over here very often. He was here, I think it was 3 or 4 weeks ago. I found out on a Facebook post after he had been here, so I was pretty bummed about that. But then I saw that this big stakes event was going on, wondered if he was going to be over here. I follow him on his Facebook page, and somebody put in the comments of one of his posts, "Are you going to be here at Fonda Speedway?" And he said, "Yes, we will be here." So I made sure that that was going to be here tonight. Costs a little bit more to get into this evening. Normally it costs between $14 and $16 on a normal Saturday night. This one was $28, but again, it's a high stakes race. You got bigger names, bigger series, so it's not your local short track Monday night. So looking forward to this one. This one should be good. Hope you guys enjoy the footage. Here comes the water truck again.
Level report for a short track team by the somebody and send that over to the here. Yes, only 28 points out of the lead. He was the point leader entering Bloomsburg last Thursday night, but he had a bit of a difficult night. So 28 points behind Joe Toad, who is now the Precision Hydraulic North Region Sports point leader by 15 points over Dylan Benson. Derek Jr. is third. That's 270, 255, 242 from the group. Lane winner, regular Fonda, is fourth in points for 204, and final was King out of Area, Pennsylvania. 10 points for 194. The smoke out of the motor department is not so good as it was in the next generation of the year in the long fight. annual Firecracker 50 presented by CNQ Campground and Picture Perfect Pools and Spas. A little bit later than originally scheduled due to the rain back on July 4th weekend. The SPS has taken McLaughlin modified race for 50 laps in pursuit of a 10,000 plus payday here at the Track of Champions. Tonight's event marks round 5 of the River Valley Golden North Region $15,000 title pursuit. The SPS has 650 sports that are on hand for 25 laps tonight. Catholics race 2,000 plus prize tonight here at Fonda Speedway. Tonight's event marks round 4 for the Precision Hydraulic and Oil North Region. So we welcome you tonight to the Track of Champions, and on behalf of the Short Track Super Series and everybody here at Fonda Speedway, we say thank you for attending or watching live on Flow Racing. We hope you enjoy tonight's show. For tonight's special presentation on a Monday night here at the Track of Champions, we're going to get tonight's action underway. First, with our invocation, we'd like to welcome in from the finish line, Chaplain Great Men.
Thank you. I just want to tonight just talk about hope. Hope keeps people alive, keeps people going, persevering. Hope lap by lap, track after track. We want to lift a prayer up for Hunter, the local resident man here, 16-year-old who's been battling time. We got a small miracle with the blood being under control, bleeding, and with the fever. So we're just going to ask for a miracle tonight. Uncle Brian back home had eye surgery. Let's go to prayer. Heavenly Father, Lord God, we thank you for this beautiful day, Lord. Part of the class today, we can just get this show in, Lord. We thank you for the Short Track Super Series coming here, for the Fred and Heather Dale, with your guidance and wisdom in this night, Lord, and just bringing this family together. We ask you to just give us your love, your mercy, and your grace, and thank you for this opportunity to gather and take a moment to give you love. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Thank you very much, Greg. And now we shall salute two countries tonight. First, our friends to the north from the nation of Canada with the presentation of O Canada. First, we'll have the presentation of that, followed by the national anthem of the United States. For O Canada, would you please welcome Mimi Lozaro. Very much, Amy. And now we shall salute the United States of America and our brave servicemen and women of the military, our beautiful flag proudly displayed on the infield staff with the United States National Anthem. Here's Mimi Lozaro with the Star Spangled Banner.
Through the pale
Sunday, Thursday, Wednesday. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, start down there in turn 4, work our way down the front. It's the saloon matches. We need you to have something white, something bright, something red over your head, something blue off of you. Let's get out of your seat and on your feet. Wave your eye to the sky. Well, we don't know your favorite driver. You have one, pick it out. You got it real hard. You don't have one, pick one. You got one team. Next time, the NNSCRA Fonda and then George Seatwell. The winner, River Valley Governor, George Seatwell. The mighty modifieds are ready to go racing like a penalty. Cost the mighty modifieds are ready to rumble. to the Eckerd 10, to the number 1 of Rocky Warner. We're going to have work with our winner, the 6th career Fonda Speedway win. So Jeff will head down to Fonda Speedway Eckerd Square, now racing in front of Victory Lane, the McLaughlin Sportsman Firecracker Super Series, number $10,000 Firecracker 50 win. Impressive performance. Got to 3rd at one point, then go all the way back to 7th on an early race restart. But from there, the INS did not miss a mark and drove from 7th to the lead, and then out on Fort Freeman on a couple of late race restarts. Drove to, as Jeff mentioned, his 6th career Fonda Speedway win, his 34th career short track Super Series win, his 2nd consecutive SPSS win at Fonda Speedway after last season's Fonda 200. Now picks up the win in the Scenic View Campground Picture Perfect Blue Bond Firecracker 50. Jeff Allen is down at Victory Lane as we get set for our Firecracker 50 winner, Matt Shepard, to climb out of the car. In Techno Racing Products Victory Lane, your winner of the Firecracker 50, Matt Shepard. Matt, Techno Racing Products Victory Lane, for the 34th time in your short track Super Series career. We were remarking up there, it's sort of been there in the middle of the race, was sort of like the yo-yo, watching some of you guys, you would go up, gain a few spots, lose a few spots, gain, lose. One restart, you lost about 4 or 5, and fell out of the top 5, but you rebounded, it's pretty good. Congratulations. Thank you. That was a crazy race. I felt like I got home a little bit there, got up to 3rd, was looking at me, Alex was 2nd. I felt really good. The caution come out, I kind of pushed down to the wall and then off. Everybody drove by. I thought I had a flat tire. The car just wouldn't even drive around the track. I was kind of fighting up both sides. The driver's light come out, and I pulled out next to my crew up there, and I'm like, it's a great rear flat. I'm like, no, it's not flat. What's wrong with the thing? And we went racing again after that. Drove up through the field. Really didn't want to see them waiting on side by side. Stewie, this is his house. They go, it's like, hey, steal another one later from here. And this car was just strong. I can't think, oh my God. White Bear Automotive, in a long weekend, we still got a lot more than and it's a big one for us this week. Tell us about, you were, a lot of guys like 90 led early was running the top. You were sneaking up, you passed on the bottom. Yet after you got the lead, you restarted on the bottom, but kept running the top. Yeah, I didn't really know where to throw, and I had a really good car, and I could fall over and everything. You get up to the throw, especially if you got the track. I don't know, I've watched the business place a million times, and just like from by myself, I said, I'm gonna run on top, straight for it. I felt good both of them, like I saw it all go across the top. Especially something like the racetrack, this thing was just flawless. Well, you have the point leader coming in, and you'll see the point leader going out. Congratulations on the win tonight. There you go, $10,000, Matt Shepard. race third, the 27 Michael Ballestero. Fourth, the 78 Will B. Tanner Warner. And fifth spot for the 12 team of Tyler D. St. Talbot only STSS wins, July 22nd of 2021 at Speedway.
Somebody might steal that. It's like an 18.
Well, I got up once and dumped everything, so.
St. Talbot, as you mentioned, getting his second Firecracker Series win, his sixth Fonda Speedway win on the season. Victory lane. Fonda Speedway checkered square. Jeff Allen is there. St. Talbot getting the $2,000 win for the Firecracker 50 Firecracker Super Series Race 602 Sportsman. Thank you, Chris. Midville Racing Products Victory Lane tonight. Our final race of the evening. St. Talbot, win number 6 here at Fonda Speedway. Won his second career short track Super Series win. His first one at his other home track, Unicorn Speedway, in 2021. Now his second career STSS win here at his other home track, the Fonda Speedway, where he's the current point leader. Follower of the STSS North region for several seasons. Head Body Shop 14T climbing up, St. Talbot. Congratulations, Peyton. It's been quite the year for you here at Fonda, but STSS, career win number 2, but what a better place to win than on your home track?
Yeah, this place this year we've done pretty solid at. I feel like we kind of struggled a little bit tonight. I feel like we were a little bit off, but overall the car was still pretty decent, and we got to the front end. It took me a little while to figure out the groove, and after that we were good.
It seemed like you used both sides, bottom and top, most of the time on the top, but you ran the top very high, sometimes down to 1 and 2, and then you needed to do what you did when you got the lap traffic.
Yeah, I don't know. I felt all right on the bottom. I felt like it was a little bit rougher, and I felt like I kind of struggled there. I was a little tight all night, but I ran the ladder line down to 1 and 2, and then freed me up and up to the center where I could still drive off, and then down to 3 and 4. And it felt pretty maneuverable. I felt like the bottom was pretty decent. I felt way more comfortable at the bottom than at the top. The car was so decent on the top. We just had a really, really good car, and we'll do that here next Saturday.
When you're leader, you don't know how close the second place guy is. We went so long without a yellow. You got into the late stages coming down the front with maybe 5 laps to go. There were 3 wide. You made it 3 wide with the lap cars. I guess you just keep pushing and pushing and going. You don't know what's going on behind you.
Yeah, I honestly spent a lot more time on that traffic tonight than I really wanted to. I got hung up there for, it seems like forever with the crowd only like 3 laps, but I just got lucky out there to finally get through a couple lap cars and lap traffic there. I think that I don't know how close Brian was, but I figured he was going to be way better. I was just waiting for him to show me else, but got a little bit scattered on.
One last thing, after Saturday's disappointment, a great comeback for the team.
Yeah, we had an interesting time. Our race got cut short there, and this definitely feels great to do that.
Good job, enjoy it.
Thank you.
St. Talbot, your winner of tonight's CQ Campground Picture Perfect Pools and Spas Firecracker 25 for the 602 Sportsman.
Alright, so the event's over. I figured this is as good a backdrop as any to give closing thoughts. Really good race tonight for the I'm going to just call them the STSS, I think it's Short Track Super Series modifies tonight. Matt Shepard picking up the victory. He's one of the big guns there. I think he is the points leader, if I'm not mistaken. Really good driver. Saw a lot of Matt Shepard fans in the stands here tonight, and he brings home the win, but had to fight for it. Stuart Friesen was with him, and Stuart was a man on a mission. He started, I think it was like 9th or 11th, something like that. He started just outside of the top 10, I think. And he didn't do as well in his heat race. I think he finished 5th or something. So that was fun to watch. Max McLaughlin had a problem. I think they said it was a right rear tire had some kind of an issue on the restart. He had dropped all the way to the back after he had to pit, and he fought his way back up to 7th. I think he had worked his way up to 6th and lost a spot in the final 6-lap shootout. Another driver that was in the field that I had forgotten about, but I had seen his name on the list a while back, forgot he was in this series, who had also dabbled in NASCAR, made a couple of starts, if I remember correctly, in the 02 for Young Motorsports, was Tyler Dipple, and he was in the field tonight. He brought it home. I think it was in the, I think he finished just ahead of Max McLaughlin in 6th. They were both battling each other in the closing stages, so that was kind of cool. Got to see another NASCAR driver, former NASCAR driver, in the field. But they're firing up the 602 cars behind me that were in victory lane. That was a fun race to watch. It was a runaway. I don't even know the guy's name that the 14 that won this thing. He had almost half a track ahead of second place, but then he caught lap traffic. They were 3 wide ahead of him. He was 3 wide with them at one point, made it through, was able to bring home the victory. I think even with all that traffic he dealt with, the second place car only was able to close up to maybe a quarter of the track. Nobody was on his level tonight, so great race. I'm glad I came. Was glad to be able to see Max McLaughlin in action and racing. These cars have another race in September that I might come to. I'm not exactly sure. I don't think it's their season finale, but it's near the end of the season for them. I also want to come to a super sprint race here at some point. The sprint cars were here a couple of weeks ago, but I was otherwise engaged, so I might go to a sprint car race sometime this year. But great race, really enjoyed it, and thanks everybody for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hopefully I got some good footage for you guys, and remember, next week, sometime near the beginning of the week, you guys are going to get another vlog, as you're going to get to see the footage of me down in Pennsylvania, going to Pocono. Got something I'm going to beforehand that I'll show you some footage of possibly as well. And then the following week, I'm in Richmond for the Truck and Cup race, and you'll get a vlog for that. But this has been a crazy month. We're about halfway through the events that I'm going to here in the month of July. So hope you guys enjoyed this video, this vlog, and I will see you guys next time. Next vlog will be coming your way from Pocono Raceway. But until then, see you guys. I'm out.